now time for us to get into our consumer tech segment. And today, on consumer tech segment, we're going to be talking about online learning resources, all right? Online learning resources. And we've been joined by Miriam Wame. She is the co-founder and product lead at Binyo, and you're going to help us to understand what those sources are and how to take the best advantage of them. Miriam, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. So, walk us through, first of all, I mean, of course, before COVID, we were already doing online things.
Yeah.
It's been around for a while. But COVID sort of ramped things up for us, you know, in a big way. In terms of looking into the future, as it were, what do you see as the direction for online learning and the importance of having all these platforms available?
Oh, thank you so much, David. I'll go to before COVID. You know, we used to have it in mind, like if you want to go to school to upskill or learn whatever it is, you're supposed to do it in the four corners of a classroom.
Yes.
Right. So when COVID came, we could no longer go to a classroom.
Yeah.
So people came up with solutions to solve that problem, which was creating platforms for us to learn. So creating educational materials, maybe on websites or mobile apps, so people could educate themselves. For the direction and benefits of online learning, I mean, first of all, it's very flexible.
Yeah.
That's the number one benefit. It is affordable. So because of COVID, a lot of institutions decided to, you know, give out free courses, so people don't stay at home and then maybe forget some of the things they learned in school. So affordability, flexibility, some courses online are self-paced, some are target-based, so you can be able to, you know, meet up with your deadlines and all of that. Yeah, so I think those are the major benefits of online learning.
Walk us through some of the more common resources that are available.
Okay, I'm going to start with like websites, platforms where people could, you know, go on there and educate themselves. Number one for me would be Coursera. Okay. Personally, I've, you know, studied with Coursera and I enjoy their courses. Some are free, some are paid for. There's also Udemy. Udemy is a great platform. There's my product.
Okay.
Yes, I have a product, a mobile app where we create health content for women, African women. Okay. You could go on there, educate yourself around sexual and reproductive health. There's also Moblogs. So sometimes some of these courses, it depends on what you want to study.
Okay.
Yes. So for example, if you want to study about blockchain and cryptocurrency, there's a platform called Moblogs where you could educate yourself.
Okay.
And then for, if you want to say, you want to study programming, there's free Code Academy, there's free Code Camp, where it depends on what you want to study. And also there's Skillshare, a platform for creatives. Okay. So if you're a fashion designer, a graphic designer, anything in the creative space, you could go to Skillshare to learn about, you know, increasing your creativity and upskilling.
Fantastic. All right, so let's take them one by one. Let's start with Coursera.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at the interactivity, the interfacing. How easy is it for people to enjoy the experience of using the platform like Coursera?
Okay. To me, Coursera is a great platform because they help you schedule when you want to study. Right, you know, sometimes the discipline to stay at home and study through is difficult. Yes, if you know you're not writing exams at the end of a course, I mean, you could do it whenever you're free. But with Coursera, you could create a schedule. Okay, every day I want to study from 9 to 12. Okay. So Coursera will send you reminders every day. Hey, you decided to study at this time, so now is the time to study. So you go into Coursera, you study, and they give you like it's task-based. So at the end of each task, you're given a project on assignment to deliver. Yes, so that could help you track your progress so far. So that would be for Coursera.
I see. If you took a look at, let's say, Udemy, what's that like?
Udemy, I would say it's basically the advantage of having a lot of courses on the same place. I mean, they are not niched down to like Skillshare. Udemy, you could have coding courses, designing courses, math courses, all in one place. So I like the fact that they have a lot of resources in one place. Yeah, so you don't need to struggle to skip from here to here. Yeah, looking for courses.
I see. Now, when it comes to, so you've done your study. Can you get certified? Can you receive, because at the end of the day, everybody writes an exam and wants to know that we've actually, passed through this course and I have a valid certificate that, if my employer sees it, it's worth something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So some platforms, for example, you don't need to get, you can't have the certification unless you pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so they need to make some money.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the course and everything else.
Yeah.
But when you're going to get certification,
yes,
you need to
have.
pay for
Yeah.
it.
And some of these platforms go to the extent of connecting you to employers. Yeah. So if you pay for your certificate, there's this platform, entry level. Yeah, they take you through the course, you get your certificate, and they connect you to employers.
Okay.
They make sure you get a job after. So it's not like you're just learning for no purpose. Yeah.
I see. Wow. Okay. So now you have issues like some parts, let's look at Ghana. Some parts of Ghana that don't necessarily have internet connectivity and all that. Are there courses that require less internet?
Oh yeah, some platforms, like let me say for my product, we built it in a way that if you're offline, right, you will still have your articles on there.
Oh, I see.
So whenever you get internet, they load, and you have it until when there's an update. So yes, other platforms do that, but I mean, if you need to study online, you need to have internet for it to work. So they're just limited resources, which could work without internet.
All right, now I guess we talked about websites, and then we're looking at apps also. Your product is an app,
yes,
right?
it is an app. Yes.
Okay.
So there are other apps like Duolingo.
Okay.
Have you heard of Duolingo? Yes. I love Duolingo.
Yes.
It's so interactive and engaging. Could
Yeah.
learn French, other
Different
languages. Yes.
Yeah.
There are maths, mobile applications, programming mobile applications. I mean, if you go to Play Store, it's easy for you to get access to these things. If you, just like mobile apps for whatever it is you want to learn. Let me say, what would you want to study if you want?
What would I want to study? Maybe something more DIY.
Okay. And Skillshare is a great platform for that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they have a mobile app too, So it's great.
Now, which category of people typically do you find drawn to online learning?
I would say Gen Zs, the younger generation.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, they are not into the idea of, you have to go through university before you can be able to make money for yourself. So they will want to get a skill that would help them, before they graduate from the university.
Yeah.
If someone starts learning, let me say programming at the age of 18, before they are 20, 21, I mean, they'll be good enough to start applying for jobs. So the younger generation, they are more geared towards online learning than millennials and, age groups before them.
All right. So now, in terms of, for people who are watching, and they're interested in, let's say, signing up, what would you say in terms of paid courses versus free courses? What should people invest in? Because I think that sometimes you can look at it and say, well, if it's free, it can't be that good.
Yeah, that's true.
And then some people say, well, I don't have money anyway, so let me just do the free one. But in my mind, I'm thinking it's not worth that much if it's free. What are your thoughts about that?
So my personal opinion on it will be, it depends on what you want, right? So if you want to upskill, if you're a designer and you want to, learn more, so you become an expert in your field, I don't think you really need a certification. I mean, you're already good at it, so you're just upskilling. But if you are, let me say, looking for a job, you need to prove that, hey, okay, maybe apply for internship. At least they need to know that you've done something before. So that is when I advise you to go for paid courses. But if you're upskilling, there's no need for you to go for paid courses. Yes, unless you have a reason. Let me say you're applying for another job and then they're like, okay. Because, for example, Coursera, they are recommended from highly profile institutions.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, if you get a certificate from Coursera, you're applying for a job, you'll be like, oh hey,
No,
I think you're
you
really
did
good.
Coursera, it's
yeah,
worth something.
Yeah, it's worth something. So it depends on what you want. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to study communication marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing communication. Now, the question is, where I am in life now. Yes, studying is great, right? But do I need certification?
I would say I don't think you do.
Okay.
You still go back to it depends on what you're looking for.
Okay.
Yes. If you're applying for a job that requires a certification, then
you need to go and do something that's paid
because
to
some
do
of
that.
these certifications are not cheap.
Cheap, yeah.
They are pretty expensive. Some courses could cost like $9,000 for a degree, an online degree. So I mean, if you can't afford it, what's the point?
Yeah.
Just upskill. I think your work speaks better than a certificate. That's why people created online courses. So you don't need to be certified before you can be able to do something. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, how can people get in touch with you if they want to find out more from you and where you are, what you do?
Okay, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Miriam Wami, that's my name, and Instagram, Mimi Wami, basically. So that's how they can reach out to me.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you very much for sharing this with us. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people there who are trying to, upskill or maybe transitioning between jobs and you're looking for certification and all of that.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, online is the best way to transition, to change careers. Yeah.
All right, we'll be speaking with Miriam Wami this morning. She's a co-founder and product lead at Binyo.